In this video, I am going to show you exactly what I would do if I had to make $10,000 a month ASAP, starting from scratch again. Now, since it's probably the first time you and I meet, why should you listen to me? My name is Fred, and I'm an entrepreneur from a lower middle class background. I went from having only $400 to my name over 5 years ago to making upwards of $1,000 a day at 21, selling services and consulting. Warren Buffett said, "It doesn't matter how hard you row, it matters what boat you're in." Translated in simple English, what this means is that right now, the number one most important thing for you to make money online is to work on the right business opportunity. If you look around you, opportunities are literally everywhere. You will find thousands of YouTube videos on the top 10 best ways to make money online for beginners. But to be honest with you, most of these videos are trash. Not only because the person making these videos has no experience with any of the business models they're telling you should start, but also because most of these business opportunities presented to you are not actually that great, and very few people are actually successful with those. You need to pick a business model that allows you to have high profit margins. If you're going to try something like Amazon FBA, dropshipping, or print on demand, you are pretty much setting yourself up for failure. I speak to a lot of people on a weekly basis, ambitious individuals who want to break free from the 9-to-5 grind and become financially free. And a lot of them, they tell me they've tried dropshipping or similar business models in the past. And most of the time, these smart and hardworking people only ended up losing thousands of dollars. And even the ones that were able to see some success with dropshipping or similar business models, they had very small profit margins. With dropshipping, you're typically going to have between 9% up to 20% in terms of profit margins. But even 20% is already pretty generous. So let's do the math together. Let's say your goal is to make $10,000 per month, and the business opportunity you choose to make this happen is dropshipping. Let's see how much money you would keep out of the $10,000 you made. So hypothetical scenario, you made $10,000 in a month with dropshipping. It's a massive achievement. You should be proud of yourself. However, when we look in depth, you are still broke. And in fact, it's going to shock you, but it's true. You are more broke than somebody working at a fast food joint, even though you just made $10,000 in a month. Now, if you don't believe me, let's do the math together. If your profit margins are 9%, out of the $10,000 you made only $900 in profit. Now, if you're lucky, you have higher profit margins, let's say 20%. Out of the $10,000 you made, you only keep $2,000 in profit. But hey, you can't use that money to go and have fun, to travel, or even just to pay your rent, to go buy some groceries, because it's your company's money, not your money. So first, you will need to pay corporate tax, and typically in most countries, it's going to be around 25%. So after tax, you would only keep between $675 up to 1.5k. But that's not it, because remember, that money belongs to your business, not to you as an individual. That's what the government says. So you can't just go and pay your rent with it, you need to pay taxes again, and that can go up to 45%. So after all taxes, corporate tax, income tax, or dividend tax, you literally made less money than somebody working full-time at a fast food joint. And the truth is, you're probably working close to 10 hours a day on your business. So can you see how flawed this business model is? Not to mention that if you somehow managed to be successful and profitable with a dropshipping store, you would need to constantly recreate new Shopify stores around new winning products, because it's always based on a trend. But so every time you have to start from scratch all over again, you never build a loyal customer base. And that's the secret of billion-dollar companies like Amazon or Alibaba. People keep coming back again and again to buy products on their website. Instead, you need to pick a business model with high profit margins. Back in 2019-2020, with one of my friends, we tried dropshipping with paid ads, and we made $50 selling a flat squeeze mop, but we spent close to $200 on ads alone. That didn't include the price of the product, the shipping, or the softwares, so I never saw any real success online until I transitioned into selling services and consulting. If you take a look at the first videos I posted on my channel back in September of 2022, I was posting some of my video sales letters that I would typically send some of my prospects before they hopped on a call with me. At the time, I was doing done-for-you lead generation services for entrepreneurs. I was helping them to book more meetings. I charged my first customer around $300, but then I was able to increase my prices. And that's how I was able to have my first $1,000 day in sales at 21. I remember the first time I closed a customer on the call. The lead was honestly very qualified. We get to the end of the call and I pitched them my services, and they're like, okay, you know what, let's do it. They go get their card, I send them the Stripe payment link, and they pay me $1,000. I was like, holy shit, this stuff actually works. I remember just running to my parents and showing them the Stripe notification on my phone. Now, if you want to discover how I went from struggling financially to generating upwards of $1,000 a day at 21, I've recorded a free video in which I share with you the step-by-step process I used. That way, you can literally just copy me. Or if you're committed to building your business and becoming financially financially free. You can directly book a free call with me or my team and we'll see if we can help you. All of the links will be in the description. Now in business, you need to forget about yourself. The customers don't care whether you're passionate about the thing that you do. It's like if you have a boss and you work a 9-to-5 job. The boss couldn't give two fucks if you loved your job or hated it as long as you're getting the work done. That's all your boss cares about. In business, it's the same thing. The only thing your customers care about is getting the outcome you promised them. They don't care how, and they also don't care if you love it or if you hate it. They paid you for a reason. I know plenty of people who tried to open up yoga studios because it's their passion and they want to make a living from it, but because it's so hyper-saturated and it's actually a brick-and-mortar business, there are lots of costs associated with it. And most of the people who tried to do that, they went bankrupt. And the few people who managed to make a living from it, they're actually struggling to break even. If your goal is to make a lot of money, to get to $10,000 per month, you need to forget about what you want, what you like, and instead give others what they want. If you can do that, you will be extremely successful. Because the way that you make a lot of money in business is simply by selling the solution to a painful problem. The reason why, when you're doing something like dropshipping, you can't really charge expensive prices is because you're not solving a painful problem for people. Nobody's going to pay you $2,000 for a fidget spinner or a cool lamp. Now on the other hand, if you were to sell services or consulting online, because you solve painful problems for people, you can charge anywhere from $500 up to $5,000 and even more per customer. Of course, it depends on what you sell and who you sell it to. Let's say in the past you overcame a drinking addiction. A lot of people in the world struggle with this exact problem. So what you could do is to help others to overcome their drinking addiction. And that's a very painful problem that a lot of people would be willing to pay you a lot of money for to solve. If you've been able to fix your marriage, avoid divorce, same thing. A lot of people would be willing to learn from you and they would pay you a premium price for it. Or if you could get a business an extra $20,000 per month in revenue, don't you think they would be willing to pay you $2,000 a month for it? Of course they would. It's free money. Now you may wonder, okay, that's great, but what if I don't have any experience or skills? What if I have nothing to teach as well? You can still get started and provide services even if you don't know how to deliver those same services yourself. And the way you would do that is by leveraging remote contractors. So you could not know how to do video editing, yet provide video editing services, leveraging remote contractors to do the work for you. That's what CEOs do all over the world. They hire employees who do the work for the customers. The CEO is the one who manages the structure. But the advantage of utilizing contractors as opposed to employees is that you never pay them out of pocket. So first you get paid by your customer and only then you use some of that money to pay a contractor. You connect buyers and consumers exactly like Amazon, Booking.com or Airbnb. Airbnb doesn't have any hotels, any rentals. Instead, they connect tenants and people looking for a place to stay. Uber doesn't own any cars. Instead, they connect drivers with people looking for a ride. And all of these companies are billion-dollar companies, even trillion-dollar companies. They literally provide services without doing it themselves. We're literally utilizing the same method but selling services online instead. Think of it as dropshipping services for a high-ticket price. It's much better than dropshipping shitty products for $50 that come from AliExpress. So look, you need to make a choice. You can keep watching YouTube videos on how to make money online, but doing that won't earn you more money. Or if you're committed to starting your business so you can become financially free, you can check out the free resources in the description below or directly book a free call with me or my team and we'll see if we can help you. That being said, if you found this video helpful, share it with a friend and together let's blow up this YouTube channel to empower ambitious individuals to become financially free.